Culture Game. Welcome to another exciting episode of Culture Anime. In this episode, we'll be talking about Boruto Chapter 79, where this chapter changes the trajectory of Boruto basically to the end of the series. But before we get more into it, Rayshawn, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on all your podcasting platforms just by searching up Rayshawn Gatson Anime Podcast or RGAT for short. I'm pretty sure my link should be below, so just click them and hit me up.
Before we start, guys, make sure you hit the subscribe button, part of the Culture Game. We talk about anime, sports, and everything as well, too. So the chapter starts off with everybody right now trying to find Kawaki. Because mind you, from before the previous chapter, he cut Boruto's right eye. And so right now, they're all figured out that he's the one who, made Hinata and Naruto disappear. So right now you see everybody, all the Shinobis basically right now after Kawaki right now. And then you see, Team 10, I believe, with Shikadai, Ino's son, and Choji's daughter as well, too. I can't remember his name. Sorry if I'm butchering it right now. But mind you, remember when Boruto had a few chapters, about 76 or 75, where Boruto saw them in the future where, they're attacking, Kawaki and all that stuff. Well, presumably. So right now, they're going to be an integral part in this, next few chapters. And then we see, Mitsuki leave out pissed off. And mind you, Mitsuki and Boruto's bond, they're very, very close to each other. And Mitsuki would do whatever it takes to make sure that he is okay. And then Mitsuki said that whoever will try to hurt Boruto, I will kill them. And right now, he just disappears. As of right now, everybody telling Boruto to go to the hospital and stuff, take care of his eye. And he looks at Sadara and he says, yo, go after Mitsuki because we don't know how he will react, to somebody hurting Boruto. So as obviously right now, Sadara and everybody else is going to the Kaioki. What's your thoughts on that before we continue on?
I think there was something else that happened that was like right in between this. And I don't miss you for like slipping it out because you might not have thought of anything about it, but I'm hoping there was something about it. It was when Boruto was talking to Momoshiki, and you have Sasuke sit right there. I believe Sasuke can see it. If I feel like there's something there because I know he can see it with the Rinnegan. I'm not sure because he might not have the Rinnegan now. I think he can sense something is happening with Boruto. But what's going on right now? Momoshiki, I love how Momoshiki is kind of not Momoshiki. Yeah, but I guess you can't say Momoshiki. I like how Momoshiki is kind of coming back into play. But I like Mishiki, his attitude when he was like, bruh, I don't know what I'm gonna do if somebody attack Boruto. I'm like, yeah, I want to see this, what's about to happen because I remember we got that flashback. We have Mitsuki kind of running after Kawaki, so I'm sitting here like, okay, we about to finally. Then this is why I tell people you can't always follow what's on Twitter because I kept seeing this spoiler that like R.I.P. Mitsuki. I'm like, oh my god, is he about to die? I'm like getting hurt. Don't always believe everything you see on Twitter. That's why I always be like, I'm just gonna wait till the chapter come out, man. But it was a pretty dope beginning. I like that. I feel like everybody kind of got their cards set to play. They kind of got you following, and you really like intrigued. Right now, Boruto's on fire. Like,
and it's crazy how you say that the Sasuke situation because it kind of reminds me back when teenage Naruto and Sasuke, where Sasuke can see sometime. When I think the one time he invaded Naruto's mind, he was able to see Kurama. I remember he just like crushed him. He was like giant bubbles and all that stuff. Do you remember that when they first met each other? I think it's like 4 years or something like that. It kind of gave me the instant. Maybe Sasuke's like, you know what? He probably has that power to see, the inner mind of somebody with his Sharingan.
Especially like Boruto knowing him and already kind of seeing that situation. So I feel like he kind of knows what's going on. And that's why he's kind of like, hey, I need y'all to kind of watch Boruto right now. Like that's why I felt like he told him to go take him to the hospital, but Mishki wanna go roll. This is the first time he ever really seen him go roll. He like, but I gotta go get him. I was like, okay, all right, I feel it.
All right, right now, we see Kaioki, and this right here, guys, we're getting to the juicy part. We're almost there, right? We'll get to the juicy part, but we'll talk about the little stuff first. And right now, we see Kaioki. Right now, he is exhausted now. Mind you, he doesn't really have good control of his chakra. Mind you, he's not really a full-fledged, shinobi, where shinobi knows how to manage their chakras throughout fights and stuff. Mind you, Kaioki is one of those people that just go full power the entire time. He doesn't know how to level out his chakra. So right now, he's like, damn it, my chakra's almost out, and I can't maintain, him shrinking all that stuff. And as right now, we see Ada, and she's using her power to find Kawaki. And this right here was really telling because Aiden and Damon, they're always together, and she would never leave by his side, knowing that the danger that she could be in. But she just flies out, and Damon's like, "Yo, sis, I can't fly. What are you doing right now?" And then this right here, Ada's using this opportunity to seize Kawaki. She's like, "Oh, you know what? There's a golden opportunity. Let me go to him and let me persuade him that I'm truly on his side right now." And what's your thoughts on that?
The Ada thing, see, it's a hard thing to really say, was she really in danger, since like her ability kind of makes it kind of hard for anybody really to attack her. So it was like, was she really in danger? But yeah, she proved in that moment right there that whose side she's on and who she aligns with. I'm surprised she did leave Damon, but if you really think about it, who can really stop Damon? Like you know what I mean? Like as soon as he started going, what I thought was interesting, because I thought they both could fly, but then I remember I think it was just her the last time, so I was like, dang, I thought they both could fly, but I fucks with it. I thought it was crazy though, because it do make one thing true, because she had to wait till him to break loose chakra so she could find him. So she couldn't find him while he was still in the Ususki mode. So like that is one thing that can like, I guess that her ability can't be touched with, which is interesting. But
And these two panels right here, I think they're very key because right now you see Shikamaru and Amido going at it. And mind you, Amido is somebody who usually stays in character when things are, falling apart and stuff. And one of the end of the page, you see him really yelling at Shikamaru. But we get more into it. Right now, Amado, hits up Shikamaru and he's saying, "What's the deal with Kaioki?" Right now, Shikamaru's telling Amado that he banished Naruto, he now to another dimension. Amado's pleading, to Shikamaru to like don't hurt Kaioki and all that stuff. And he's saying to listen to me. There's no need to kill Kaioki. And there's a way I can shut him down the same way I could shut down these other cyborgs as well too. And I didn't even know that. I didn't even know Kaioki was a cyborg, that he had a code in him that he could be shut down just like the other cyborgs as well too. And it's one of those things that Amado always has something planned to always be ahead of everything. And then Shikamaru was like, "See, this is how I always knew you're always trying to stay ahead of certain things, and right now your little plan's faulting right now." And Shikamaru was like, "Yo, dude, whatever you got planned, I understand your daughter died and all that stuff. You want to bring her back to life, using Kawaki and stuff. But right now, what he did is truly unacceptable. He took down the Hokage and his wife." And then Shikamaru was like, "You know what? After this, I don't hear nothing from you." And then you see Amino break character. He's saying that, "Yo, hold on, listen to me, Shikamaru." And Shikamaru just deads him, and that's it. And Amino's pleading, like, "Please do not kill Kawaki." But you know how Shikamaru is. He's all about the mission first. Whatever it takes to take it down, to win it, everything, he'll kill Kawaki if he has to. So what's
yeah,
your take on those two panels right there alone?
well, the whole model thing was, when you was like, I was surprised about him having like an off switch. I'm not. To me, he throughout the whole story, he never seemed like, every time he was like in a situation with Kawaki, he never seemed like he was afraid. Like it just to me, it seems so stupid for him to work on him and not have some type of situation, because he had one on the Jiraiya clone, he has one on everyone. For him not to have one on Kawaki or some type of thing, that would have been just bad scientists. Like that would have been that would have just been bad, just not even thinking, bro. I done gave you this power. It got to be a way I can shut it down. But now Amato is in a tricky situation, because this is in the ether.
Mm-hmm.
This is wait, it might not be, because I think they're still talking through what's her name's telepathy, right?
Yeah.
So it might not be out there, but most likely, I think Kawaki probably even knows it's probably something in him. So I thought that was interesting. Having a model like beg for Kawaki life in it perceptually is like, because you know how Shikamaru kind of is and how the situation is basically going. I mean, one of the people he idolizes, and the most in the village, is gone. Like he is pissed right now, because everything he's basically saying was going to happen is happening. You know what I mean? Where it's like, bro, we need to get him out of the village. We need to do all of this, and everybody like, no, let's. What you talking about, bro? You overreacting. But now you like, damn, maybe if y'all would have listened, we wouldn't be in this situation. I feel for Amato. because he kind of gave us what he kind of wanted, what his whole goal was for this situation, and kind of, I guess you can kind of see the whatever Amato has planned. This was not in it. This is kind of going a little airy, and he don't know where it's going, so he's trying to play all his cards right now because there's no reason for him to have told Shikamaru that.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're almost to the juicy part. We're almost there. As of right now, Ada finds Kaioki in the forest, and she's telling him that, yo, I'm on your side. Like, whatever you're going through, I'm here with you. And right now, Kaioki's having self doubt about himself, what he did, and he feel like, man, I think I really fucked up because right now he's saying that I don't give a crap about me. I don't matter at all. And he's starting to feel, like animosity towards Boruto. Like he's a son of the Lord Seventh, and who in the hell in the Hidden Leaf would even think about killing Boruto, mind you? Because every time Momoshiki takes over, pure mayhem just happens throughout the entire village. Remember Sasuke, Naruto, even Kaki as well too. And Kaki, has like PTSD because of Momoshiki and all that stuff. And he's saying that if anyone in the village was to, even put any harm to Boruto, they'd be looked at as a foe towards, the Hidden Leaf and towards the entire Shinobi world as well too. So who can even agree on a task like that? And at the same time, he's like thinking like, why can it be anybody else but Boruto? Why can it be a complete nobody that nobody would care about? But no, it has to be a Hokage's son. And as of right now, he's telling, Ada that you can see everything you're sharing on all that stuff and use it to look at me and see me the powerless piece of shit that I am right now. And Kawaki, just thinking like, what if things were just reversed and all that stuff? And as right there, you see Ada power activate, saying that, because Kawaki desires, something different because he wished that Rose that he was the son and Boruto could have been the outsider or just somebody else as well too. And maybe Ada probably misinterpreted that, but the desire part, because everybody who Ada's full of people that fall in love with Ada are not really genuine. So mind you, they're both Asusuki as well too. So mind you, maybe that love connection, that desire, maybe from two Asuskis, probably triggered Ada's power. So what's your thoughts about that before we get more into it?
What I want to say, I think what's interesting was kind of just the panels of the power being kind of shown, them floating in the air, and then you kind of see it kind of wrapping around the whole earth. So this is a crazy ability, especially it's just crazy. The fact that Kawaki was able to break down and basically explain this all to Ada, and kind of you have Ada there trying to really persuade Kawaki like, I'm on your side and I'm trying to do what you want. And you really see, you kind of get to kind of see why Kawaki is in the situation where he's in, where it's like, I want to save the village. I want to get rid of Boruto. I want to get rid of the threat, the Usushi threat. But me getting rid of the threat is going to make me the most hated person in the village, even by the person I love the most, which I think is it's interesting, but you can see, because honestly, just a few chapters ago, when he was just explaining this to Naruto, and you just see like Hinata smack the dog shit out of fucking Kawaki. Just smacked the dog, like she smacked the guy. She was not
Yeah.
playing when she said. I think she had to be Yakugan on when she did that. But it's just crazy, and I just think it's especially interesting that you have. I'm gonna tell everybody right now. Everybody was thinking Samari is gonna be with Kawaki. At this moment right now, it's not happening. It's just not happening. I don't see it happening. It might be something else, so I want to talk about later, but I don't see it happening right now. Ada has finally done it. She is crazy. And I'd like one thing else it kind of proved to us right now is that humans cannot fully break down Oshutsuki abilities. This is something that is going to be talked about a little bit later, but I just wanted to say that now.
It's true what you said. Like we know so much of the Karma and Asuskis, but there's more to them that we don't even know. Like I said, maybe the two Asuskis that desiring each other probably triggers an emotional effect where they can, rewrite history, which we'll talk about in a little bit as well too. And the artist for Boruto, Ikumoto, he did his thing on these panels. I'll post them up while we're talking on stuff. And this right here was so badass. When they're lifting up in the sky, you see like her eye, the half of the crest of the moon, and just you see everything just changing throughout the world, and like everything just Misty changes, and she just lands back on Kawaki. As of right now, Momoshiki, this one panel, he's literally just grinning, loving everything that's going on.
I didn't told you.
Yup. Rayshawn, I want to use a reference right here and tell me if you agree with me. Momoshiki reminds me of Sukuna with Yuji. Every time something bad happens with Yuji, Sukuna just goes there and just laughs and like, ha ha, look what happened to you. Your friend died. Ha ha. Like I feel like Momoshiki is the same exact way as Sukuna is loving the despair of what happened to their vessels.
Yeah, I feel it. It's like I wonder what Momoshiki had to kind of know this was about to happen, but man, I fuck with Momoshiki because he
Yeah.
was right. He wasn't playing. Like,
All right. And now we see, Kawaki and Ada laying on the ground, and then we see Shinobi's catch up to them. And you're like, oh shit, it's over for Kawaki. And Ada's telling him, yo, to relax and all that stuff. And she's realizing that something's off right now. And so right now they detected Boruto's chakra, and everybody's looking like, why are they worried about detecting Boruto's chakra? And they see Sasuke as well too. And I'm a little iffy about the situation. And then at the same time, you see Sada as well too. So I'm gonna talk a little more into it when we get to that conversation. But right now we see Sada and Mitsuki, and Sada said that you came back and all that stuff, and Mitsuki is getting pissed off, and he's taking his headband off, and you're looking like Kawaki's no way around. Like, why is Mitsuki taking his headband off? And mind you, he activated Sage Mode. For you people who don't know, when Mitsuki activates his Sage Mode, one, he's taking the fight serious, and when he uses Sage Mode, it deteriorates his body as well too. And he tells Boruto, "You managed to anger me," and he's going after Boruto. What's your thoughts on that, real quick?
well, it show you how powerful whatever Ada did. Basically, I don't even know what to describe it. Like if she kind of just pit everybody under a genjutsu or what she did, but the fact that she's able to take somebody that sees Boruto as the son and now he's willing to destroy him now is crazy right now. And I love how you get the change in dynamic where you have Sadara basically like, dang, why are they calling for Boruto? Why are they
Mm-hmm.
giving out his location? And then you got Mitsuki just sitting there kind of like quiet. And then he just like go after like Boruto. You like, oh shit. And then she's basically going behind him, basically going with the thought process of like, oh, we about to go catch up with him and see what's going on. He like, nah, we about to fight to the death. Like, like it's going on. Like, and then I just find it crazy that somehow Sadara is not affected. Like, this is crazy to me. But you go ahead.
He says, Kawaki, the wound in your eye is already healed. And he's like, Kawaki's like, what are you talking about and stuff? And right now they're saying that, we have no leads. What happened to, Boruto, where's he at and all this stuff. And as right, Ada and Kawaki still looking a little confused, but Ada's starting to realize what happened. As of right now, we get more panelings of, Mitsuki going after Boruto, and Sadara is trying to, tell Mitsuki, like, yo, calm down. What are you doing right now? And right now he says he's the one who keeps ignoring our warnings to forfeit his life. And then it goes back to Sada right now, and she said that it's unthinkable that Mitsuki would even try to attack Boruto. And she's like, what is going on right now? And then once again, you see Momoshiki talking to Boruto. And again, he has that grin, like he's loving it, what's going on right now. He explains to Boruto what's going on and stuff, and he explains more of Ada's power. He's saying that indeed, this is the true nature of Ada's power to charm, a divine power that she herself cannot control. She brought herself by this Shinjutsu omniscience. And as of right now, he's going more into the power of the omniscience, saying that a power only all-knowing almighty gods can wield. The Shinjutsu of Shinjutsu, a programming language that gods were said to use create worlds, and the will to make anything real. That is what omniscience is right now. And he keeps going more into it, saying that it's not something trivial. Ability that alas, who couldn't even, Inosuke can control as well too. The identity of her charm is simply the result of Ada's subconsciously desires made by materials of omniscience. As of right now, with Kawaki, being Inosuke and having that desire for Ada as well too, and there was no way for Amido to know as well too. So when Amido created Ada, he didn't even know about this power capability as well too. He just took DNA from Shinbai and put it to Ada as well too. As of right now, only having seen the results, concluding that Shinjutsu is understandable, and this current is a phenomenal. And what the reality that Kawaki really wants is becoming reality. So, what's your thoughts on Ada's power an explanation about what Momoshiki said about it.
I think it's interesting because it harps on something he thought was interesting when Amato was trying to explain the ability to Shikamaru. Momoshiki basically was like, "Oh, I'm not for sure if he got that right." He was basically like, "I don't know if y'all explaining that ability right." And like now that it's coming to fruition, and you sitting back like Momoshiki just sitting back like, "Bruh, I told you, man." No, like I didn't. It was this date on this time. It's over for you, bro. And then it's literally unfolding. And the thing that like the main blossom of all of this was going to be Ada, the person that switched sides like two. I don't even know how many times, but she done switched sides on fucking Cold. She done switched sides on the Leaf now, and she's I, to be honest, she didn't took over the Leaf now. Like basically, when we was all talking about how powerful her ability could be, it's planetary. Because now, if I think it's how powerful it is, I don't even really realize like she really flipped the tables like on their situations right there, and that's fucking crazy. And I kind of want to see if Hinata and Naruto would be affected by it, which I feel like is the crazy thing. If it could really affect them, then it breaks what I'm thinking is the key to it. But man, like it's crazy just imagining like this going on and him explaining it. And like I love having Momoshiki explain it, and then you kind of like hear the difference in like, okay, this is what the ability really is and what it can really do and the power of a god. Like what she doing right now, I don't even think is the main thing. And what I'm thinking about is like how he explained it is they're taking away memories. And it's not like going back in time or doing anything. It's like they're taking away certain memories and kind of recreating people's thoughts on them. Like that's crazy. And then he said something else that I thought was interesting. And he was like, "How many times do you think Osushis have come down here and done
Yes.
this?" And then I'm thinking like, what is Kishimoto just about to rewrite all of Naruto right now? Because like this is where I'm thinking now. Because he can at a minute it's gonna be like Jiraiya never died. That was just implanted in our. I'm trying to figure out like where it's going now. I need the next chapter tomorrow. Like,
And this one paneling just shows so much of what's going to happen in the future. You see Kaioki behind them, the hidden leaf, and Boruto is an outsider who has nobody. And mind you, remember when I said the one Shinobi said, "Yo, Kaioki, your eye healed up already," basically saying that the roles have completely switched. Basically, like a Uno card, the reverse. Basically, switch each other's around. And right now, she basically just rewrote history. History. So right now, the Hidden Leaf is going to see Boruto as the main villain, the one who killed Naruto and Hinata. Don't forget the Hidden Leaf. Shikamaru is going to have to report this to the other villages as well too. So all five nations are going to be after Boruto as well. So he's going to be the number one fugitive in the entire Shinobi world. That is just wild.
yeah, it's crazy, and I like the fact how they had the name switch where it's like Kawaki Uzumaki.
Yep.
And I was sitting there like, oh damn, she did totally did rewrote everything. And I'm just sitting here. But while she was telling Kawaki this, she made certain to say that this ability did not affect Sadara. And I find that so interesting because it makes that conversation she was having with Sadara and Samurai interesting. Was she basically testing that conversation to see if they were affected by it or not?
Mm-mm.
I'm so all this, I don't know if this was all planned. It seemed like it was because Momoshiki always
Yes.
act like this was like going to happen, but this is crazy if like this was
Yes.
like all divine. Because I think this is like even past Ada. This might even be like whoever that god they said he pit inside of him. This might be within him type shit coming home.
As of right now, I'm gonna read more about this paneling stuff.
Okay.
Kawaki is very good at manipulating people as well too. So
Mm-hmm.
Shikamaru comes up and he's saying that we're having trouble trying to locate Naruto and Hinata, but like you knew Kawaki sent him to another dimension. So as of right now, he's asking Ada, like, do you know where Naruto and Hinata's at? And just knowing if they were okay will be great as well, too. And could you give me some details as right now? And right now you see Kaioki holding Ada's hand and saying, please tell him these words. Basically saying he's manipulating Ada as well, too, to get his way as well, too, and say that he is dead and the lower seven died of the hands of Boruto. And he looks at Ada and says, tell him that. And I'm like, holy shit, this man is going to become the most wanted man in the Shinobi verse. That is just
And
crazy. This kid who, who's a prodigy, the Hokage son, has a good life, has completely switched around, has become the number one fugitive in the entire Shinobi world. As of right now, Boruto is saying that he's saying that me and Kaioki switched positions. What do you even mean by that? And he's saying that people's memories have been altered. Any common knowledge involving you two, even each person's consciousness by linked by nature and
that
chakra
chakra.
is right now all of a god meddling to choose who they want and stuff. And he says that you can never complain. How many times Anatsukisi became a god and, like you said before, manipulated time, history itself as well. And he's saying, by the way, omniscience does not affect the Susukis, which will be, Kaoki, Boruto, Ada, Damon. But Momoshiki's intrigued as well, too. He says that Sadara is not affected as well either. And I hope Sasuke is not affected either. Maybe it's in Uchiha thing. Maybe that their Sharingan plays a factor now without history being rewritten and all that stuff. Because mind you, they have an ability where they can rewrite history themselves too, where they sacrifice one of the Sharingans and they could go back in time like a few moments before anything happened. Um, After that they'll lose their Sharingan. So maybe they have that ability as well too. Not that certain thing, but I think the Uchiha blood, I don't think it could be rewritten because they have the ability as well too to rewrite history as well too.
Or it can play into the factor of their Genjutsu resistance. This being like some form of Genjutsu ability, which I'm kind of leaning towards, but I'm not for sure. This is basically topping that. Whatever she did right now is basically crazy. And the fact that Kawaki is coming out like how he basically said it, like tell him that Boruto is the one that killed him. He's right there. That he created the hate. It was a statement he made before. He was like, "Have you ever?" He was like, "Oh, it's a good." When Kawaki was telling Boruto how he had survived, and he was like, "Oh, it's a good thing you survived." He was like, "Have you ever survived something, but the situation was worse than death or something like that?" I feel like he just low key put him in the situation because now everybody doesn't fuck with you. You were spoiled. He's basically like you were a spoiled kid, and now you're about to take what Kawaki basically had to survive throughout his whole life and basically go through that. You're going to be hunted by everybody. You're going to have to become strong, and you're going to have to find these certain people who aren't affected by this or this genjutsu or who don't really care. Like, oh, you killed Naruto. I'm glad you killed Naruto. Type shit. Like, it's going to have to be that type of situation because right now, Shinen basically flipped the tables and low key, what Kawaki did is he basically stopped them from looking for Naruto too. Because
Mm-hmm.
that helps his plan.
Yeah.
Because now he can say he's killed off. Now he don't have to worry about anybody trying to find Naruto. He did say something else I thought implied that Naruto might be able to break out of there or something. And he was like, "Oh, I need to get there back because he might break out or something," which I thought was interesting. But I don't know now. Like, I don't even know what was going to happen if he do break out. Is he going to be affected by what happened or what's going on? But I guess that's a different dimension, and that'd be a whole different type of thing. But
Yeah.
I wonder if Damon knew what was going on because he kind of looked at it and was like, what the fuck is going on?" Like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
I don't think he knew either what was going on.
I know. Amato didn't.
And
But then
then
I wondered, like, because I wonder if this is gonna mess up with his idea or his plan with like, can I bring my daughter back now?
and then we get to the last panel, which basically just confirms everything. And Momoshiki right now, he's loving this right now. Says either way, Kaoki is known as Kawaki the Hokage's son, who was born and raised in this village. And you, Boruto, my guy, you are a lonely outsider who bit the hand that fed him and is now hunted by Kunoha. As of right now, saying that Boruto is now the number one fugitive in the entire Shinobi verse. And that's how the chapter ends. And Boruto's in utter shock, like, what the hell is going on? And now I'm going to reference to the first episode when they're on top of the Hokage statues. Kaioki's living in the hidden leaf, chilling. like there's nothing happened. And then remember when Boruto says that Kaioki, I didn't think you
He's
would
the
go this
savior.
far. Mm-hmm. And he said that Kaioki, I don't think you would go this far. I think at that time, Boruto finds out what really happened, and he's coming back like, "Yo, Kaioki, I'm gonna have to take you down." And I think Boruto's gonna have to kill Kaioki, man. You can't let him live after this. There's no way you can say, "Oh, Kaioki, what you did is okay." Because if it's Naruto, he'll try to save him. Boruto, you can't. You have to kill this man. This man literally took your family, took your village, took everything from you, and let you become a fugitive. There's no way. There's no coming back from this. I just don't see how you can say, "Hey, buddy, I know what happened. I understand what you did. Let's be friends." No, you have to kill this man.
Yeah, especially because it looked like he's gonna keep this going for a while. So that's the fucked up thing about it. I mean, it's such a crazy ability that she just threw at us
Yes.
out of nowhere, basically rewritten everything. I do have a prediction. It's going to happen within the next chapter, within the next two chapters. Somehow, Sadara's getting out of the village.
Yes.
She's going with Boruto.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what nobody say. She's going to have to. And the main reason for this, Sasuke is about to die. Like I don't know why I feel like it's so deep in my, but he's gonna die because I feel like they both sort of know what's going on, and I feel like Sasuke is not gonna be able to leave without like going after Naruto. I just feel like it's just something within him. It's just gonna make him have to go fight Kawaki. Kawaki is at the point where he's too strong, and he has some of this. He got some of the strongest allies right now in the point right now. So like the hardest thing, I feel like that's going to be the biggest throwout is going to be wrenching this whole plan is going to be Samurai. If she can somehow not be affected by this and can bring Kawaki back to the light, and then have him want to help Boruto, and then you will have to make Ada the bad guy. But the way Kawaki took that information in and was like, yeah, tell him that Boruto killed him. He looked like he took on bad guy status right there. Like he was like, fuck it. This is what I always wanted. I finally got it. Naruto is my dad. It's no more fake father bullshit. He's my dad. And I wonder, like, if he came back and like they bring him back or something and he's tripping, they'd be like, oh, he's confused, affected by some bullshit, and then he just killed Naruto or something. But I think he's probably gonna end up killing Naruto. It's gonna be one of those two things. Like, I don't know. This is a rogue Kawaki right now.
Right now, I think Sasuke will know what's going on because remember, he gave the headband to Boruto. And one thing about Sasuke, he's not an idiot. So when he realized Boruto has his headband on, it's gonna signify everything that him and Naruto been through and why he gave, Boruto, his headband because of his resolve. So I think he's gonna use that to bring him back to normalcy and understand what's going on as well too. Because Sasuke is not a dummy. Yes, he has taken L's in Boruto, but one thing he still has kept that superior knowledge as well too. All right, Rayshawn, anything you want to bring up?
Not really. All I want to say is I can't wait for the next chapter. I am inkling. So anybody that's been talking shit about Boruto, tell them to read these last three
Yep.
chapters and tell me, are you not interested in what's happened next month? If you're not, you know what? Fuck you. I'm tired of all these, I need the story to be like these type of people. No, we just want to read a good story.
Oh
That's what
my
we about.
god. Yeah, so all the Boruto haters out there, this right here is one of those things that changes the trajectory of an entire series for the next years coming. Like this right here, definitely one chapter of the month against any manga, any of your favorite mangas. This chapter won it.
Yeah. And the next time, like if they do a time skip, Boruto about to come back looking rough.
Yup.
He gonna be looking like he didn't went through it, probably buff too. They had to go through all the training. I want to go train them. This is the most interesting thing, bro. They got to give us like a boosted chapter. Somebody got to not be affected. I'm gonna be funny if it's that Jiraiya clone, bro.
Yes.
Oh, Koji. He'd be like, you know what? I need to train you to get back at the model.
All right. So before we end this, Rayshawn, where can they find you at?
You guys can find me on all your podcasts and forums by searching up Rayshawn Gasson Anime Podcast or ORGAT for short. I'm pretty sure my links will be below.
Definitely. Also hit the subscribe button, part of the Koji gang. We talk about anime, sports, and everything as well too. And this is Boruto greatness, baby.
Bada bing.
All right, Richard. This
Peace.
might cut off the next 2 seconds.